Good, thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
It's a pleasure. Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for joining in this Business Unplugged show.
Sure.
Yes, Tiziana, I see that you are in financial services. Would you like to share a little bit more about it?
So basically, Alt Financial Consultants was started in 2010, and we had the idea of offering accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, and tax services to SMMEs. We felt that there was a niche for that market where those smaller guys were not being taken care of in the same ways as the bigger guys who could afford the expertise in terms of financials and in terms of tax planning and in terms of payroll services. So we found a niche in the market, and that's where we've been since 2010.
Okay. Also, you only focus is on small businesses, not individual people.
So we do tax for individual people. We do personal income tax return, but our main focus is on SMMEs. We're quite passionate about the small businesses, and we try to assist them as far as possible, so that they can actually build the business and get their compliance right and get their finances and financial stuff right, so that they can approach the banks and be compliant with SARS, make sure that their stuff is all neat and tidy for their vendor packs, the CSDs of this world, and so forth.
Okay. That's quite interesting. And you said you started this in 2010, right?
Yeah, so my background was I worked for two of the big banks from up until 2006. Sorry, I just had to get my dates right there. And after that, we saw more and more. My husband's a chartered accountant, and we saw more and more that there was a need for small businesses to have these services rendered to them.
Okay.
So with our backgrounds, we basically started Alt Financial Consultants, and we started offering bookkeeping services, accounting, tax, and payroll. And that's where we've been since for the past 13 years, basically. So our main niche is SMMEs, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you're doing this with your husband?
Yeah, so he's a partner, he's a director in the business, and he's a chartered accountant registered with SICA. I'm a tax practitioner, and so the business kind of complements each other. So we're able to offer a whole bouquet of services,
Yes. I see.
combining forces. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's quite interesting. So since you started, how has it been going so far?
I beg your pardon?
Since you started the business, how has it been so far?
I think the business has been up and down because dealing with SMMEs can be it can be a bit of a rocky road sometimes, in that you're starting with startup businesses. So
Yeah.
obviously we don't charge corporate rates. We
Yeah.
have to tailor make our rates to complement small businesses.
Yes,
So
yes.
it can be rocky. I think COVID had an impact on businesses. It had an impact to everybody, but thank God we were able to actually keep going during COVID, to continue offering services, to continue to meet deadlines, and to hold our clients' hands, because I think that's what's really important, is to hold hands. You know, being a director of a small business can be quite a lonely job.
Yeah, of course, yes.
So holding hands with a director of a small business is what we try to do, is we try to say to them, you know, we're here to bounce things off of, and so forth.
Okay. Now, I see we offer some of the most valuable services that small businesses need out there, actually. Was basically they need taxes to be sorted out, their income tax and so forth. So, since you started the business in 2010, what can you say was the most challenging stuff you have faced in your business?
I think the biggest challenge has been that lately SARS has basically renewed their efforts to ensure that people are compliant and to ensure that people are up to date.
Okay.
And we found ourselves actually creating a department, a compliance department, to make sure that we can offer that service to our clients successfully. Um, and that for me was a really big challenge, to hold people's hands through all these requirements that SARS has. The other challenge, I think, has been load shedding. We made the decision in 2022, early 2022, to actually take our business online completely. So we are completely online. All the
Okay.
stuff that we do is online. And this gives us the ability to actually work remotely,
Mhm.
um, allow the staff to work remotely, and we're not reliant on a server or anything like that. So we're able to work anywhere. So I think load shedding was pretty challenging because you've still got deadlines to meet regardless. You've still got
Exactly.
that production to meet. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Boss, okay, so since now you are online, you can offer your services
Hmm,
literally to anyone, anywhere in South Africa.
correct. Correct. In South Africa and overseas as well. So we
Oh,
are able
okay.
to also to offer services such as especially the payroll stuff, and that we're able to offer payroll services overseas, and we're branching out into creating a sister company that
Mhm.
basically offers and HR solutions to companies.
Okay.
So that's complementing us at the moment, and that's where we are. So yeah, we're looking at being global, at having a more global footprint, but also remembering that our main offering is to our South African clients, because we believe that small businesses are the future of South Africa, and I think that's important to
Yes, of
remember, you
course.
know?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
how exactly are you reaching out to these small businesses?
So we have a lot of social media that happens, and we're basically
Okay.
revamping our social media offering. We also redoing our website at the moment, and a lot of it is word of mouth. A lot of it we have always worked on relationship marketing. I do believe strongly in relationship marketing, so a lot of it has been word of mouth.
Okay. Okay. Yes, that one works best.
Yes.
All right. All right. All right. No, I see that your passion is quite obvious. So, what can you say is the most thing that you like about what you do?
Think, for me, it's seeing people succeed, seeing people make it. Our businesses we deal with are very, very much about ensuring that the businesses themselves are successful, because if they're successful, their staff will be successful and so forth. So they're very much about building families and ensuring that families are going straight and being successful and abundant and all the rest of it. So for me, when somebody really makes it, when I see their business takes off, that for me makes a difference. That makes it all worthwhile. It makes it worth all the long calls and the telephone calls, the late night working and all that. When I see them take off and really turn that business around, that is what makes it worth it. I really enjoy seeing people do well.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, obviously, when you see all their text stuff is in order,
Yes,
they have no issues with the SARS and everything else, then yeah, obviously that
that's
makes
it.
you happy.
That's it. Yes, 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 absolutely.
Okay, okay. So if you had to start all over again, what can
Mm.
you say you can be able to do differently?
To be honest, I think I would select software a bit more discerningly. I think I'd look at that deeper.
Okay.
I think I would try and also just look at the staff that work with us, and also be a bit more discerning with that, because we are a very unique company.
Mhm.
So if I had to go right back to the beginning, I think that would be the beginning, you know. And also maybe also be a little bit more honest in my approach to clients. I think for small businesses, we want to take on clients and we end up people pleasing.
Mm.
Directors and owners of small businesses land up people pleasing. And I think it's something we all have to watch ourselves with. Don't people please. Remember why you're in business. You're in business to make a profit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's a really important one for small businesses is just don't people please and be discerning in who you liaise with, I think.
Okay, okay. Okay. Once we are at it, I think let me ask this because I see there's a lot of small businesses that are not quite sure, like which benchmark to SaaS use to, for tax or for income. Is there a certain figure that SaaS consider for a small business to say, no, now we have to file for tax,
So
or any
it's
money that gets in the bank account to be taxed?
so there's three different types of tax. So you've got VAT, you've got income tax, and you've got EMP, which is payroll tax.
Okay,
And I'm going to just summarize it up for you. So with VAT, you need to register for VAT as a small business by law if your turnover is more than R1 million.
okay. So
If it's under R1 million, yeah, sorry, I beg your pardon.
okay, that's all right. You can continue.
Yeah. If it's under R1 million, then we do what's called voluntary registration. But over R1 million, you have to by law register for VAT.
Okay,
And um, we say to our clients, just always just keep your stuff clean with SARS because then you're able to present your vendor packs, you're able to present your tax clearance certificate, and it just see the company is then seen as presentable and upstanding.
okay,
The other thing with income tax, which I think is important to note, is that SARS does actually incentivize small businesses, and there is something called a small business corporation tax, which is subject to certain criteria, but they do extend that. And if you qualify as a small business corporation, you are able to qualify for better tax rates. So I
okay,
think SARS is definitely trying to stimulate small businesses, to come to the party and to really to put for entrepreneurs to put themselves out there.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, which means it's very much important for small businesses to know the offerings that SaaS has for them, actually.
I think it's important to be informed. So whether you speak to a company like us who can give you the right advice and
Advice,
put you on the
okay.
right track,
Mm,
but I think it's very important to be well informed as a business owner. And we're not, I mean, not all of us are experts at everything. I mean, I'm not a journalist, you're a journalist, and so forth.
mm.
But I think it's important to get the right to do work for us.
Okay, okay, okay.
So yeah, I hope that's answering the question there. Yeah.
Definitely, yes, definitely, yes. Because sometimes we've got a lot of these small businesses, entrepreneurs, they really don't know
Yes.
exactly what they have to do to deal with the SARS and all this stuff. And because they are busy on their daily to day running of their businesses,
Yes.
they actually don't know
Absolutely.
how to file taxes, how to
Absolutely.
do everything else. So yes,
Exactly. Yeah, and put it this way, you'll have somebody who's a brilliant plumber or somebody who's an outstanding electrician, but they don't have the know-how on how to run a business. And this is where we come into the picture because we also offer business coaching. So we're
okay,
very much happy to hold hands with the people and give them that business coaching to tell them what is the next step, where do they need to go next. Also, why isn't their business working? We do systems analysis for them
mm,
and basically tell them why isn't their business working the way it should be? Where are the gaps? That's a
okay.
big one. Where are the gaps?
I see. That's the big one, of course. I see. Because definitely,
Yeah.
yeah, they have to be taught to see where the hole is, to see where the issue is. So but definitely they need some coaching in that area.
Yes.
Okay, okay. That's quite interesting. So before you go, do you have anything else that you'd like to share that probably I'd forgotten about?
No, I think blessing, you've covered a lot of it. I mean, if I have to leave small businesses with some advice, is just to say something along the lines of like, please don't doubt yourself. Fake it till you make it.
Okay.
And the best is yet to come. You've got to just take one day at a time, because if you're going to do what you need to do, you've got to live your passion, and then you'll be fine. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Um,
Mm,
there's no such thing as a dumb question, really.
beautiful, beautiful. Of course, yes.
Yeah,
Just have to ask.
that's it.
Yes,
That's
yes.
it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So where can our listeners and the viewers be able to learn more about you?
So you are welcome to connect on my Facebook page. That is Alt Financial Consultants, ALT
Okay.
Financial Consultants. There's a lot of information there. For more information on our service offerings, I'm going to refer you to our website, which is under revamp at the moment, but it's www.altfinancial.co.za. And you are more than welcome to WhatsApp me on 071 873 5041.
Okay.
And we will always be able to set up a chat with you and to tell you what's the next step. It does not mean you have to sign up for anything. It doesn't mean that you're going to be now beholden to anything, but we're really more than happy to tell you what's the next step.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tiziana. That was
Thank you for the
so much
opportunity.
insightful.
Thank you. Very, very, very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Es